Hey folks, I apologize if you hear background noise. That's my darling wife cooking us breakfast this morning. Uh, yeah, I have a wife that cooks me breakfast from time to time. Isn't that amazing in this world? A wife thinking enough of her husband and her son to actually mother and wife them. Amazing, isn't it? Amazing what God can instill in folks. The good Lord is very precious. Want to talk to you about what is going to unfold into why I am suggesting all young boxers to never, ever again purchase any equipment from Ringside Boxing. You can think about it, but I'll give you reasons why you won't do it if you got decency in your heart. And it relates to one of our all-time favorite boxers, whom happened to be a truth teller and whom happened to, in our opinion, have a lot of things bad happen to him because he truth told. So here we go. We're going to go with the story. I apologize if the camera here is shaking here and there. I'm holding it, and I have Parkinson's, and I do shake a bit even when I'm doing good. There was a great one of the, he would have been the greatest heavyweight prospect since Mike Tyson coming along. And it was shortly after Mike Tyson. And his name was Tommy Morrison. Even if you are not really into boxing and you do not know who Tommy Morrison is by name, you will know him by character. He starred as Tommy Gunn in, I believe it was Rocky V. So if you've watched Rocky V, you would know him as Tommy Gunn. But he was full well Tommy Morrison. One of the most exciting heavyweight prospect, the most exciting heavyweight prospect after Mike Tyson. This guy was a slugger. He was no joke. He would knock you out. So we want to talk about some bad things in boxing, and it could be in any area of life, that if you truth tell, things can come against you. So I'm going to give you some facts, and then I'm going to give you some opinions and whatnot, and views, and we're going to suggest to you concretely why you should, with a horror story here and a warning here for all young combat athletes and athletes in general, and especially boxers. This is a cautionary true tale. And what I give you will be my opinions. And the basis of this video is to get you, as a young boxer, a gym owner, anybody needing combat equipment, not to get it from Ringside. That's how we get these people in line, is through our purchasing power. Well, you had a guy, as Tommy's coming up, that was managing and working with Tommy, and he started Ringside Boxing Company. His name's John Brown, owner and founder of Ringside Boxing. And this guy's on a lot of YouTube videos. You should go read his biography. Just, he's starting mailing list and working from inside the house and la-di-da-di-da, the story you get from a lot of these well-to-doers. But I'm going to tell you what he done. He's got the most popular and exciting heavyweight prospect whom's come along since Tyson, and the guy who they're going to be looking to have a showdown with Tyson. It never happened. It would have happened. The story's a little deep here, and I apologize for being an old man going around the block, but this John Brown started Ringside Boxing Equipment, and he goes to Tommy Morrison as the greatest prospect of that day, and says, "Hey, I got this boxing equipment. Would you wear it and take photos in it and show it off and use it?" And Tommy goes, yeah, I'll use it. I'll help with this. Anything I can do, to help is great, yeah. So what one could only figure to be thousands or tens of thousands of dollars worth of equipment, free, mind you, I'll give you this equipment, will you wear and promote it? Didn't turn out to be free at all. As Tommy started making money, the parasite, John Brown, who was sucking the life's work's blood out of Tommy Morrison, billed him for all the equipment. Well, it's a bill for these gloves, a bill for these hand wraps, a bill for this headgear, a bill for the mouthpiece. I mean, and on and on and on. And see, that's how boxing works, young people. And this video will be especially useful if you keep in your brain, if you're an amateur fixing to turn pro. And we associate with several amateurs that are shortly to turn pro, either later this year or next year or the following year, within a couple of years. And these guys will be world champions. And I try to warn these people. I try to warn those whom are closest to them to protect them. Because when you're young and you're coming up, a guy will come around. Anybody in the managerial or promotion business, they're going to come to you with many, many things that you are going to be misled into thinking are free. I'll give you another example. There was a boxer out of Tennessee, and I haven't really asked him, and he hasn't publicly put this out yet, but you'd all know exactly who this is. The promoter comes in the gym, sets up a ring in there, a new ring, and, "Oh, look what I got for you. Look what I got for you. This is better. The canvas is better. The flooring is better. The ropes are better. The corners are better. Look at this. Look what I've done for you." And then he gets a bill for the ring later on. In other words, nothing's free. And he could have got the same manufactured, purchased a ring for thousands of dollars cheaper. And this is how they do you. They're dirty, rotten snakes. Don King would go in and put rolls of toilet paper in the facilities, and then that would be charged out if a fighter went into the bathroom, even if they didn't use toilet paper, they'd be charged for a roll of toilet paper. Ridiculous stuff going on here. So Tommy promoted this equipment, and Tommy really, in reality, is the one that got Ringside Boxing off the ground. In my humble opinion, there wouldn't have been no Ringside Boxing that would have made it without Tommy Morrison. And then to turn around and charge Tommy for the equipment, that son of a bitch, John Brown, if he had any decency about him, would have gave him 1 or 2% or something like that in the company. He would have been on a dividend plan or gave him stock in the company or something. But no, not this son of a bitch, because there aren't good people in boxing. They're not. Other than the fighters, they're not. And some trainers, you have to watch them too. They'll be in cahoots with promoters and screw a fighter over in a second. And you've got to watch this mess, young people. You have got to watch this, young people. And I would tell you, in your gym, maybe the equipment that they have is ringside equipment. Tell the gym owner, tell the trainers in there, tell the fellow boxers, hey, when you go to replace this equipment, make a change. Make a change. Because this story's going to come out, and it's going to grow, and it's going to get bigger. And you guys that have ringside all up and down your gyms, I would just think about, as something wears out, replacing it, because you're going to have people come in and they'll say, no, this person's buying ringside. They should be knowledgeable in boxing. They should know what happened to Tommy Morrison and others. And these are things that need to be surfaced and talked about. They really do. Because these people in boxing are no good. They're no good. There's a couple of situations I wanted to talk about. I'm going to give you a personal situation here, personal dealings here, where I got to see some despicable from boxing people. They weren't boxing managers, but one of them is a boxing journalist, announcer, writer, well, it's in journalism, storyteller of boxing. His name's Al Bernstein. Well, this guy with the Let's Get Ready to Rumble, a guy who's made millions of dollars with those few words, Michael Buffer, they're two Jewish guys, and they sat on Twitter and had what started as a Trump bashing thing out of these two miscreants turned into a Christian bashing session, open on public on Twitter. And they've got tens and tens of thousands of boxing followers. And guess who's the only one that had the guts to, when they saw that, stand up and publicly go against it? That's this guy right here. Because everybody's too scared. They're, well, you know, if I say something to this one or that one, and it's falsely empowered these people. They're like, ain't nobody gonna say nothing. You know, if they say I'm taking from this one or sucking the life's work blood out of this one or that one, nobody says anything because they enjoy what they get, what they are getting. And We don't operate that way. Well, I'm an old man. We go by a different system. You know that the primary guy that I train is my son. So I would see a lot of fathers out there, and I do, that would bend over, back up, shut up, this or that. But we don't need to do that around here. And because we're going off of our hard work and God-given natural ability and skills. Simple process. Nothing complicated about it. Joe will go through and he'll go to the top of whatever division that his body settles in, and that'll be that. There's no way they'll be able to deny it. No way. He's got a string of 24 knockouts in a row. If they want some money, they're going to have to come forward. See, you flip the script on these people. And one way we can flip it on Ringside is to stop purchasing Ringside equipment. Get the news out there. They do need to have a bad stigma and aura about them for what this John Brown piece of junk is. And he's a piece of junk. So let's get back to truth-telling in boxing. You all are going to find out very soon. I already know because I pay attention to what's going on in boxing. You may not know this, but it's going to be broad news very shortly. The Quest Diagnostics, the VIDA thing now, Tommy Morrison had a huge 3-fight deal. One of those fights was with Mike Tyson. And I truly believe, because Tommy had a good heart, I think he was naive in a lot of ways, but who doesn't love that? He stood up, he truth told. And I believe his punishment for truth telling was to be falsely diagnosed with the HIV virus, which ended his career. I truly believe that. And you'll never convince me otherwise, and here's why you won't convince me otherwise. I've seen too much in excess of 50 years with concerns to this sport. I've seen too much. I've heard too much. And I wouldn't put nothing past these people. And you guys know I'm a nephew and a cousin to Major League Baseball players. And I've been around the block. I've been in and out of boxing for 50 years and over 50 years. And I've seen a lot of things. I know a lot of things. Started at a younger age. I was getting to be a mid to older teen. And my world was rocked because my family knew the owners of the guy that owned the Baltimore Colts, whom traded the team for the Los Angeles Rams. And he ended up supposedly taking a swimming trip and was just lost at sea. He was in Florida, and a guy that had never ever swam by himself, he's now 72 and decides one evening in the dark he's going to go swim in the ocean outside of Miami. And he's gone. There's a lot of stuff going around about throwing NFL football games, and the coroner was quick to come out and just say he had a heart attack and drowned, but no body was found. Never found his body. A witness was on the shore, said he seen something come up. It looked like it was a man in scuba gear, and he was pulled down, and that was it. So, and it never got investigated. I'd say a lot of things in boxing. Us being huge Sonny Liston fans, I've done a lot of hours of research with Sonny Liston, and I just, things that you are being told that are just, that you're taking for granted that are true from the select group that write the stuff about boxing and other combat sport, I don't take as truth. And once you go look at what these people are saying, our boxing history is not even true. Another Jewish individual, Bert Sugar, and I'm not trying to turn this into a Jewish thing, it just happens to be that these Jewish people are the ones that seem to be the gatekeepers of boxing and always have been. And I find that odd. So if one of them's a Christian or a Muslim or a Hindu, I'll say that and bring that up as well. But this Bert Sugar, he just made up thousands of stories about particular fighters in his head. No written accounts, no news on them, and family members come up constantly. Say, no, my granddad never said this happened, but Bert Sugar will swear up and down. So our boxing history is not even correct. So boxing is a wreck. It has been. You look at you younger folks are going, this snack program. And for those of you whom are not aware of that, Victor Conte, a guy that was put, I believe, in federal, it would have been federal charges, federal prison for juicing athletes, all these baseball players that were breaking these records. And that's personal to me, having a cousin and an uncle playing Major League Baseball, that this little pipsqueak, Victor Conte, would come in and juice these athletes. So what's Conte doing today? Juicing boxers. He went to prison, he come out, he's trying to act like that Leonardo DiCaprio movie where he plays that thief guy, but that he's changed his life so he shows them how to not be thieved upon. Victor Conte's that guy. Well, I know every trick in the book, so I know how to tell people to catch it. He should be working on the other end then. See, he's fooling the majority of you guys, but he's not fooling me. Victor Conte is juicing fighters, and there's no program. This guy is not an exercise guy. He's not a trainer. He's not a coach. He's not this or that. And you guys are being pulled into thinking he's this guy, but really he's just a cheater. He's just a cheater. And he should be out of boxing, period. So you've got to be very careful, young boxers, these managers, these promoters, anybody that comes up and says, I'm going to make this happen for your son. I'm going to make this happen for your daughter. We are going to help you. No, they're coming and they're saying, I'm going to make this happen for me. Your kid's going to make this happen for me. Your kid's going to help me. I'm going to make your kid's going to be a very rich man. No, they're saying, because of your kid, I'm going to be a very rich man. And you need to wake up to that fact. So this is a long, drawn-out video, all over the place as usual. I want to tell my Christian brothers and sisters, God bless you. I want to tell all the young boxers, be careful out there.